Hey everybody, welcome to CLC Sports USA. I don't have too many thoughts on the Hull game. I had actually recorded a video for the Chelsea game, and then I decided just not to go ahead and upload that. I think a lot of people kind of freaked out after we lost to Chelsea, especially because we had lost a couple games in a row, and we couldn't beat the top teams, and it seemed like everything was falling apart. And honestly, I wasn't too worried about it because we were playing two teams that are very high up in the table, and you know, you can't win every game, and those were always going to be very difficult fixtures. And I think for the two games that we played against those clubs, we performed very well. And we were playing at their grounds. It's not like we were at Anfield and we lost two games. And so I kind of want to talk for a couple of minutes about our mid-season progress and what I think is in store for the second half of the season. First of all, I kind of want to say something about the January transfer window. I don't think that we need to buy anybody in the second half, for the second half of the season. Now, you look back at some of our previous transfer windows, we did buy Suarez, who was a very good buy in the transfer window a couple years back. But a lot of the players that we've been able to purchase in January haven't been players that we've effectively and consistently been able to use. And I really think that our team is gelled well enough at this point. Our squad is very well fit together that we don't need someone coming in that could disrupt the rhythm. Now, I'm not saying that potential players could not be useful. However, I just feel at this point, the way that we're playing and the football that we're putting out, that there's really no need for any players to come in. We've struggled defensively a little bit, but we have the capabilities and the squad for that. It's just finding out what exactly is the right fit, the right formation, etc. Now again, people say, well, we could use a striker if Suarez gets injured, if Sturridge gets injured, what are we going to do? Yeah, that's true. But honestly, I don't think any striker that we could get is going to surpass Luis Suarez or Daniel Sturridge at this point. And for them, it would just be sitting on the bench for the rest of the season. That being said, where do I think we're going to finish out at the end of the season? Right now, we're sitting in 4th place. I believe we're on 39 points. I think we're 5 points off the top. I was actually trying to bring up the Premier League table here real quick. But I want to kind of mention why I think that we could be in the top 2 or 3 in the league. Now, a lot of people would be skeptical about that and say that's not possible. Liverpool doesn't have the depth of their squad to go on that far. Okay, well, look at the fixtures that we've had to play thus far. Okay, we think about the fixtures, and I brought them up here, okay? And the very first test of the season was against Manchester United. We won that game 1-0 at Anfield. Our first defeat came at home against Southampton. We lost that one 1-0. After that, the hardest game that we had was Arsenal. Okay, we lost that one 2-0. And then came Spurs. We beat them 5-0. We lost to City and Chelsea 2-1. But look, if you take a look at the second half fixtures, okay, we start out with Stoke away coming up Sunday the 12th. Then after that, we have Villa and Everton at home. Everton, that's going to be a very difficult game because Everton are playing very well, but it's at Anfield. We've played very well at Anfield. Then we have West Brom, Arsenal home. Again, these are home fixtures. And this is kind of what I'm trying to point out because a lot of our very difficult fixtures are all at Anfield. We have Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester City, and Everton all at home in the second half of this season. We played them all away the first half. The only potential game that is very difficult is United away, okay, at Old Trafford. We also play Spurs at home. I mean, I'm very okay with having to play Crystal Palace, Norwich, West Ham, Cardiff away. And while there is still a potential risk that, these teams are very good at their ground or what have you, very winnable compared to having United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, City all away from home the second half of the season. And so that's one of the reasons why I believe if we can just stay consistent one game at a time and we can really, get the points that we should against Cardiff, Sunderland, Southampton, Swansea, Fulham, that there's a very great potential, especially having these teams at home. We've played very well at Anfield this season, that we can do very well. And that's one of the big advantages for us in the second half of the season. Say what you will, I believe in this Liverpool squad, and despite the fact that we've struggled down to 4th place, I think we're going to keep staying right up there with them. Because eventually, these teams are going to slip at 1 game or 2 games. I don't think any team's going to be invincible the rest of the season, and so there's definitely some openings where Liverpool could get themselves in, kind of stick their foot in the door and leave some questions. So I'm kind of curious what you guys think about that. What do you guys think is going to be our end result? Where are we going to be at the end of the season? Halfway through, looking pretty good. Brendan Rodgers said that today was the best win of the season. Luis Suarez, again, 20 goals in the first half of the season. It's important that we keep him fit for the second half of the season, that he keeps scoring. And as far as that's concerned, we've got players coming back from injury. Sacco will be back. Again, I'm not too confident in him yet. Steven Gerrard will be coming back, getting back into that full fitness. Daniel Sturridge. All these players coming back, and it's just going to bring together a good squad. So I'm excited for the second half of the season, but I want to know you guys' thoughts. So that's kind of the basis for the video today. Again, Liverpool 2-0 against Hull today. Very well done, and I thought it was a good 3 points. I thought we should have got 3 points all day long in that fixture. And the Stoke game is going to be a challenge because it is at the Britannia, and it's a very hard place to play. But I think we can go in and we can get the results, and I think Suarez is going to have a big role to play in that game. Anyways, leave your thoughts down below, leave a like as well, subscribe to the channel if you're new. My name is Chris Check, this has been CLC Sports USA, and we'll see you guys.